Hi, welcome to CNY Woman Knits and Crochets. If it's your first time here, welcome in. It's a podcast about yarn, knitting, and crochet. Lately, it's been a little crochet heavy because I crochet blankets for Project Linus. That's a charitable organization that gives them to hospitals and other charities. There's a coordinator who's in my local area. She's taken a couple months off because of surgery, but hopefully back in March, so that I can give the blankets that I'm making to her to distribute. I am a knitter and crocheter for over 30 years. I started when I was in college and I'm 52 now, going to be 53 in the spring or summertime, end of May. If you're a returning viewer, welcome in. If you like what you see, please subscribe below. That helps a lot. And also give me a thumbs up, or the episode a thumbs up if you like what you see. And that will help out the algorithm so that the word spreads about the podcast. You can also share the podcast with friends and family if you think they'd be interested, or you know somebody who would like this podcast. Please feel free to share it. I am known as Knitter CNY on Ravelry and Instagram, because that's mainly what I did when I started, and I got more heavy into the crochet into the last few years when I started doing blankets. So today is a blanket heavy episode, although I do have some new yarn to show you. If you've been watching the podcast since the beginning of the year, you know I wasn't supposed to buy new yarn. However, with the news about Joann's possibly closing and maybe going up for liquidation in March because of their debt, I decided to, and because they were having a really good sale on yarn that I wanted, I decided to forego using the stash all the time and decided to make a couple purchases. I'll show you that yarn in a little bit, but first I'm going to show you 3 blankets that I finished, and we'll show you the yarn, and then we'll show you one of the blankets I'm working on with the new yarn that I bought at Joann's. So if you remember, last week I had started a Suzette stitch blanket, I believe. I think I had started a Suzette stitch blanket. If I hadn't, here it is, and it's done. It's 4 skeins of Bernat Beatty blanket. I do not know what the color is. I don't have the label over here with me, but it was in the stash, so I used it. Those are kind of teal colors with some beige and light teal thrown in. Looks like that. Suzette stitch is really easy. I've linked to a tutorial in past episodes, so if you go back 2 episodes, I believe it is, you can check that out and use that link. I'm not going to link it again because it was kind of silly to link it. You know, Suzette stitch is pretty easy. You'll get it. I pick easy patterns to work on for my blankets. And then I had started this blanket, which is a corner to corner blanket out of Premier Yarns Puzzle, and this color is called Dominoes. So just your typical 36 by 36, that's a baby size for Project Linus. So similar colors to the other, that just happened to be what I picked out of the bin. And then I did a V-stitch blanket. I cannot remember whose tutorial I used, but it's a V-stitch in a half double crochet, and you can see those V-stitches there. This is out of Bernat Blanket Ombre, and it makes stripes, but it doesn't break, you know, perfectly on the stripe or anything like that. But it's got purples, a lavender, and a gray in there. And then it looks really nice. It was really fast to do. I think I used a 12 millimeter hook for both the Suzette stitch and for the V-stitch blanket really, really quick. This week I got a delivery from Amazon of stuff I ordered in December. I think I haven't showed this, but if I have, pardon me, I'll show it again. It is this, which is Bernat Baby Blanket, and it is the color Spring Blossom. This is 220 yards, 10.5 ounces, 300 grams, and 201 meters. So I got 2 of those so I can make a ripple baby blanket. I believe that also might be linked to podcasts ago, so you can check that out. It's a free pattern from Yarnspirations. It's really, really super easy, and it makes a really nice blanket. You do single crochet in the back loop, and it comes out really nice. The yarn that I ordered was from an in-store order at my local Joann's. This was ordered yesterday, and I picked it up yesterday. I got one of the color cream of the Big Twist Pound Plus, Big Twist Value Pound Plus cream. It was $6.99, so that's like the lowest price they put it at. And then I used a 20% off coupon on top of that because it was 20% off if you picked it up in store. You know, if you did an online order and picked it up in store. So that's what I did. And then I got 3 colors of the new Vortex yarn. So I'm going to show you those. The new Vortex yarn was $2.99 per skein. And this is the first one. The stats on this are 328 yards, 5.29 ounces, 300 grams, 150 grams. Sorry, 300 meters, 150 grams. It's listed as a number 4. However, if you remember Premier Puzzle is 328 yards. And I use a size K hook for my blankets, for my corner-to-corner blankets. And this actually recommends a K hook. It uses a US number 9, 5.5 millimeter needles and a size K hook, which is a 6.5 millimeter hook. So I'm treating it like a bulky. I'm treating it like a number 5, even though it says it's a number 4. And it does have a little bit of a halo on it, but not terribly much. This is what it looks like. This is one of the colors. And this color is Starstruck. So you can see the blues and the purples in there. I'm trying to get it into the natural light so you can see the variations in color. Because I have a sliding glass door here. That's over this side. This side is a sliding glass door, so I have natural light coming in there. This next color is going to be Northern Lights. That's showing up really blue, however, it's mostly greens. So I'll kind of do it this way. And then this last color is called Bird of Paradise. That's pretty true to color. You can see the purples and the blues and the oranges and kind of a yellowish orange too that's in there. And what I chose to do with this is exactly what you would think I would do with it. I started one skein last night, where to here, so I can stick my hand through the entire skein, so I've used a lot of it. I'm just going to do that. Kind of hold it there. And I did a corner-to-corner blanket, baby blanket that I'm starting. color is Bird of Paradise. And you can see how that self-stripes. It's not the solid kind of colors like Puzzle is. Puzzle kind of gives you more longer stripes of color. This switches between about 3 or 4 different colors, but you can see how that works up. And I'm using the recommended hook, which is a size K 6.5 millimeter hook. I'm using a Boy ergonomic hook that you can buy at Walmart or Joann's, and it's working out pretty well. I will measure when I'm done with this skein and see how much of the second skein I have to use before I start doing decreases. Typically with Puzzle, I have to do about 5 rows of the second skein before I start my decreases. So we're going to see if that holds true or whether or not I have to use the whole skein, because I really use about 2.5 skeins of Puzzle to make a blanket. I might have to use all 3 because this is coming out a little bit smaller gauge, but it works up really nicely. It's pleasant to work with. It is a little drying, but it is winter here. So I am using hand lotion with that. I have some goat milk hand lotion, and actually the back of my hand is really dry because I just got out of the shower, so I'm going to have to re-grease up again. And I have some shea and cocoa butter from Bath and Body Works. The goat milk is from Cracker Barrel in the shop. So, you know, they had a deal on it. It was like buy 3 for $10 or something like that earlier this year. You know, when nobody wants hand lotion, it's on sale. When everybody wants hand lotion, it's like a bunch of money. So that's what I've been working on. I have more yarn coming from Joann's. I have the Varsity Blue of the Pound Plus. I have another color of the Vortex coming because it was on sale for $2.99. And again, these ones were less than $2.99 because I had a 20% off coupon. And then I have one skein of sock wool coming. It's literally called sock wool. It is a number 2 sport weight, 75% wool, 25% either polyamide or nylon. I forget which. And I got that in like a cream color to do my heels and toes for Patton's Croy, because Patton's Croy is a thicker yarn than it says it's a fingering, but it works up more like a sport. So you tend to need a thicker yarn to do the heels and the toes with to match it. So I figured it was on sale for $5.99 for 360 yards, which is a good amount. So I used that because I had ordered because I had ordered the Varsity Blue in the Pound Plus at my local Joann's, and they didn't have it in stock, so they canceled it. So they sent me a coupon for free shipping for 48 hours. You could use it for 48 hours. So immediately I was like, yeah, I'll get another color of Vortex that my store didn't have. I'll get the Varsity Blue and I'll get the sock wool, because they were all on sale. So I placed 2 orders. But most of the time I'm going to be using my stash. But I thought I like the Vortex. They're probably going out of business, which is really sad because I get a lot of my yarn there. I've gotten a lot of my yarn there. The 13 totes and 2 bookcases have not gone away magically in 1 week. But we're making progress. So that's what I've been working on. I won't keep you any longer. I hope that you guys have a great week, and remember to like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment with what project you're working on. If you hit up the Joann's sale, or if you want to talk about Joann's in the comments, please feel free. I usually will answer comments. I don't know any more than anybody else does, other than I've heard the rumors that if they don't get a buyer by March 15th, that they're going to be sold to a liquidation company who will liquidate all the stores. at which point the coupons will go out the window, in my experience. And they'll say, okay, we're liquidating for 10% off, then 20% off, then 30, then 40, then 50. That's typically how those things go. So by the time you get to the really good deals, there won't be a whole lot of yarn left because everybody will have gone. So that's it. Have a good week, and remember to knit or crochet something because it's good for your mental health.